2 of the Saratoga Saturday Pick Fives, brought to you by Hotel Brookmere. Let's get right into Hotel Brookmere. Saratoga Saturday Pick Fives is brought to you by Hotel Brookmere. Saratoga's newest hotel gym is located less than 2 miles away from the racetrack, right on historic Union Avenue. There's 88 luxury guest rooms and suites. The Regent Restaurant on property and open to the public, a French brasserie. I've already eaten there like 3 times. It's delicious. Beautiful outdoor courtyard where you can have a drink, grab a bite, talk about your bad beats, but hopefully celebrate your wins. A gorgeous heated outdoor pool with a sauna right next to the pool. You can do a little hot, cold to help offset those long nights. A fantastic hotel gym and the Arbor Spa with 4 treatment rooms for massages and facial treatments, also open to the public, is right on property. Hotel Brookmere is quickly becoming one of Saratoga's best hotels. All right, make sure you check that out. Let's get started here. We got a little bit late start here because of the off the turf. Obviously, that changes everything a little bit. Didn't want to give you a video that had a bunch of horses that weren't running. That's exactly what would have happened. Let's get going in race 8. It's the first leg of this pick 5, and I'm going to use 2 horses in here to get started. It's the El Razine is a horse who loves this distance, loves this racetrack. 2 for 2 here at Saratoga, and won't have a problem with a little bit of give in the ground. I thought his last race at Keeneland was a setup for this race. I think he'll be a nice price because the other horse I'll use, a 7 Farbridge, is going to be a little bit overbet. Farbridge obviously ran well enough last time, going 1 mile and 1/8. I think he wants more ground. He'll get that more ground today, but he's going to be an extremely short price. I think El Razine makes this sequence worth playing because I think he's got a really good shot at beating the 7 Farbridge. Race 9. We've got an off the turf race. There's only 3 horses in here running. The 10 Common Defense you have to use. This horse has some really good back numbers. I'm just worried about the layoff. Hasn't run since last year, so I don't quite trust this one. But if he runs back to what he did as a 3-year-old, he's going to be tough to beat in here. I'll also use the 14 Register for Dave Donk, another one who he's got an okay race last time. The figure's not that fast, but I do like his style. I like the fact that they learned he can get comfortable on the front end. This is a race where he could end up in that position as well. And if you're a brave soul, you can leave out the 5. I will probably use the 5 for insanity insurance. I have some other opinions throughout the card. I want to make sure I get alive to. I don't want this horse to beat me. I don't trust the 10 and the 14 enough to not let the 5 beat me. I'll leave that up to you on how you want to play it. I'm going to probably play all 3 of these horses, just hit the 3 horse all button in the second leg of this pick 5. Race 10, we've got an allowance race. And while I think the 4 General Partner is probably the best horse in here and the one that if I had to pick one, I would lean on, I can't get away from the 5 Scotland. Scotland also has some big races at Saratoga. He hasn't run since this December, but I do feel like he's had enough foundation through his work, so he should be ready to roll here. And I think he'll offer some value. General Partner for Chad Brown is going to get bet pretty heavily in here. I want to make sure I have both of those 2 horses. But I'm also going to use the 10, Concrete Glory for Safi Joseph. This horse gets back to Lasix. Didn't have Lasix last time. Gets the Lasix this time. And has some back numbers. Like his numbers at the end of last year and the beginning of this year were pretty darn good and puts him right in the mix with the other 2, the 4 and the 5. So I'll use 4, 5, 10 in here to try to get through this leg. And then that brings us to the race of the day, the grade 1 Diana, race 11. And She Feels Pretty is my favorite turf horse in training. I love her. I think she's awesome. I'm a little concerned today. The problem is I just don't really know who to beat her with. Or I don't really want to beat her, but I don't know who I could try to beat her with because there's no one in here to really take advantage of the fact that this is a paceless race. There's no pace in here. She Feels Pretty, though, should work out a nice trip from the inside. She should be able to either be very, very forward if she wants to, or she should be able to sit right in there. It'll turn for a sprint for home. And I think that she'll be able to excel in that situation. And she's proven herself to run well on this turf course that has a little bit of give in it. The problem I have is if they go extremely too slow and it turns into a sprint for home, is she the best, quote, sprinter in the race? That's my biggest concern. I'm going to use She Feels Pretty very prominently as like an A-type horse, but I'll use a little sliver of Excellent Truth. I think Excellent Truth is probably better going shorter, but if it does turn into this paceless race where it does turn into a sprint for home for the last 3/8 of a mile, then I think Excellent Truth might excel at that game. in being invited into the race, she might beat She Feels Pretty just because she works out a better trip today. And everyone knows Chad Brown knows his way around the Diana. He's 8 for 9 in the last 9 years winning the Diana. He's won it 8 times out of the last 9. That's pretty impressive. Race 12 to wrap this thing up. I only need 2 horses in here. I'm going to use the 6 Girls Rock. This horse showed a ton of speed for Whit Beckman and the 2 dirt starts. You have the 2 turf starts. Doesn't really matter to me. I thought that those 2 dirt races were actually pretty darn good. And then the 9 Gellhorn puts the blinkers on for Danny Gargan, ran well last time, got a fast figure that day. It's an interesting sequence, right? It's one of those deals where I don't think you need to go too deep in a lot of spots, and you can really kind of lock up and cover a lot of these things. This is a situation where I'm not looking to play this pick 5 for 50 cents. I'm looking to try to hit it a multiple of times. It's probably not going to pay amazing, but it is one of those situations if you can have it for $5, $4, $3, $2, $20, whatever it might be, whatever your budget is, it can be one of those things where you can, triple up your investment. Have some fun in the afternoon, watch the sequence all the way through. So that's how I'll be playing this pick 5. Make sure you check out our friends at Hotel Brookmere. We'll let you see it one more time on the way out. Good luck. See you next week. Saratoga Saturday Pick 5s is brought to you by Hotel Brookmere. Saratoga's newest hotel gym is located less than 2 miles away from the racetrack, right on historic Union Avenue. There's 88 luxury guest rooms and suites. The Regent Restaurant on property and open to the public, a French brasserie. I've already eaten there like 3 times. It's delicious. Beautiful outdoor courtyard where you can have a drink, grab a bite, talk about your bad beats, but hopefully celebrate your wins. A gorgeous heated outdoor pool with a sauna right next to the pool. You can do a little hot, cold to help offset those long nights. A fantastic hotel gym. And the Arbor Spa with 4 treatment rooms for massages and facial treatments, also open to the public, is right on property. Hotel Brookmere is quickly becoming one of Saratoga's best hotels.